I'd like to welcome into the arena. First of all, I'd like to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, a young lady all the way from Bareback in South Australia. She was Miss Rodeo Australia for this country, and make a welcome here to Wangaratta. How about it for Christy Bareback? And representing the Rockler sponsors here this weekend, Miss Shona Drive. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't got a big crowd, but let's get vocal, and we're going to have a great morning here in Wangaratta. Representing the juniors, Letitia McPhee and Loretta Snelling. The flag of the Australian Professional Rodeo Association carried in by Charlie Connley, and the flag of the Women's Professional Rodeo Association by Joanne Bates. And now the man that has dominated the sport as the all-round champion cowboy for 1992, and once again leads this year, Mr. Shane Kenny from Bronc, New South Wales. The Saddle Bronc line leader and director of the association from Toowoomba in Queensland, Mr. Tom Christensen. The leading bull rider on the professional rodeo circuit this year, won over $12,000 from Golden, New South Wales, Shane Willoughby. The leading bareback rider for the 1993 season, coming to the finals, Mr. Tony Heckshire from Marburg, Southeast Queensland. And the Gentle Giant from Wagga, New South Wales, the team roping leader this year, Mr. Robert McPhee. The leading ladies bell racer and all-round champion cowgirl, as she's done on 3 previous occasions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here Miss Vicky Schiller from Wagga, New South Wales. And the leading rookie all-round cowgirl for 1993, all the way from Mareeba in North Queensland, is Rachel Day. Ladies and gentlemen, there are only a few of the fine group of people we have here this weekend for the National Finals Pro Rodeo. And at this stage, I'd like now, if we could please ask you all to stand for a few moments as we listen to a song that makes each and every one of us very, very proud in this country. It's our very own Australian national anthem, and I'd like to hand over now to Karina Caldwell. Thank you, Karina.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth to toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing and dance Australia fair.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about it for Karina Caldwell and Christy Bareback? Christy, Miss Rodeo Australia for 1993, has done a great job. She's represented this country at the World Finals in Las Vegas, Nevada, and her reign will finish at the end of this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for Christy Bareback leading the beautiful cowgirls from the Women's Professional Rodeo Association from the arena. Thanks very much, Christy, from all the members of the Australian Professional Rodeo Association for your hard work that you've done throughout the 93 season. now spur the horse out of the chute. It is the mark-out rule that must apply. And the cowboy spurring motion is from the point of the shoulder right through to the handle of the rigging. Our first cowboy out from Scone in New South Wales, the 93 national bareback riding champion of this country, Greg Gibson. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the first qualified ride here in the national finals. As Greg moves in, the pickup men do a great job putting him on the ground. 67 points for Greg Gibson. Russell best. Now Russell actually finished 4th in the bareback riding average at the 1992 national finals. And the horse that he's drawn, number 57, called Jack. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a local cowboy from here in Wangaratta. Let's make him welcome to the national finals as the pickup men. Brett Botel moves in and puts him safely on the ground. That's Russell Best. Score of 66 points for that cowboy, this time all the way from Hewitt in North Queensland. Hey, you like this guy, Darren Brandenburg. The horse that he was on, the horse called Wilson. We'll wait for the score to come through, and it's a 6-2. 62 points for Darren. Roy Dunn from Serena. Two guys nearly identical. And this cowboy was the 1991 national bareback riding champion of this country. He's exciting, a style all of his own. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is for the cowboy from Serena in North Queensland, Troy Dunn. The horse that Troy was on called Turn Back Annie. Serena, hey, we've got a score of 72 points. There's our new leader. Put your hands together for the Serena cowboy, Troy Dunn. We're going to go with the next contestant, this time from Bareback in Queensland, Nigel Dollinger. Ladies and gentlemen, that cowboy started on the professional rodeo circuit no more than 12 months ago. But unfortunately for Nigel, the cowboy missed the horse out of the chute gate. The mark-out rule must apply that we talked about earlier, where the spurs must be over the break of that horse's shoulder at the initial jump into the chute from the chute gate, and a no score. On the pro rodeo circuit, the horse that he's drawn called Floozy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's his first time to the national finals. We'd like to welcome him here. The cowboy, the pickup man, puts him on the ground. There it is, Mark Stevenson, ladies and gentlemen, from Hervey Bay in southeast Queensland. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the score's just come through for the young cowboy from Hervey Bay. Hey, I tell you what, we're going to put a smile on your dial. And no, it's a 66 points. Yeah, that's right, a 66 points. A qualified score for the cowboy. So the leader in that go-round goes to the Serena cowboy, Troy Dunn, 72 points. Next team, we're going to see the team roping, the team of Alan Woodley from Tocumwal and Heath Litchfield from Griffiths. Now, Alan's the cowboy on the head end on the big chestnut baldy. And boy, this guy can roam. Gets him caught nicely. Heath moves in. Hey, look, we've got a time coming up, ladies and gentlemen. The cowboys, Alan Woodley and Heath Litchfield. We may have the first time on the board. First time on the board for Alan Woodley and Heath Litchfield. A time of 10 seconds neat. And that's our first qualified time in the team, Rusty.
Well, them pickup men aren't doing a real good job, you know. There's some here they never picked up.
I tell you what, Brett Botel does a pretty fine job, I thought. He's probably one of the finest pickup men this country has ever seen.
Well, look at this.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's not the pickup man's job.
Well, what do they pick up?
Well, they picked the cowboys off those wild bucking horses.
Yeah, I thought there was something queer about them. Now listen, what I want to do is show all these people that when they see them cowboys walking around later on, they'll be able to identify everyone and what event they do by the way they walk.
You mean to say you can pick a cowboy, say when he walks up to the canteen area, you can tell what events he works in the arena by the way in which he walks?
You don't know it either.
No way.
Okay, I'll show you. The Bronc riders, they've been, haven't they?
Well, the saddle Bronc, the bareback Bronc riding's been.
Right, this is how they walk.
Well, I tell you what, it's certainly a pretty tough event on the cowboy's body, the bareback Bronc riding, isn't it?
It's the team rovers they've just been.
Yeah, we saw some team roving there. I tell you what, there's some guys who get their fingers caught in those ropes, don't they, Russ?
Alistair Strachan would be one.
Yeah, I tell you what, I bet he's cussing his horse at this time.
Yeah, then you got your Bronc riders.
Yeah, the saddle Bronc riding, that's coming up very shortly. I see the guys here in the saddles getting ready. Always spur on the front end, lifting on the rein.
And bull riders?
Well, the bull riding, that'll be probably the last event on the program here this morning, but it is coming up, the bull riding. I tell you what, those bull riders, they are a breed of their own.
What about the rodeo clowns?
The bullfighters, yeah, we'll see Wombles. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing Wombles here this weekend.
That's how you'll know him.
You bet you do. Oh, Wombles, he is always looking out behind him. Tell you what, bulls like chainsaw on your hammer, you would be running.
And what about the barrel racing?
Ooh, that barrel racing, breakaway rope, and that's coming up shortly. There's some beautiful cowgirls here this weekend, Rusty.
Yeah, I'll show you them.
You are going to get into trouble shortly.
Hey, what about the rodeo judges? They should be known.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I see Jim Dix and Mick Wu, they do a great job. They're two of the finest, they're two of the most respected men this country has ever seen.
This is how you'll know them.
Okay. Listen, Rusty, that is not very nice. What do you reckon about him, ladies and gentlemen?
Hey, well, I got one more.
And you've got one more?
I got one more, yeah, one more.
Well, I tell you, you've done...
The rodeo announcer.
Well, I tell you what, I know how I walk, and there's no...
Well, I'm going to show him anyway.
I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, how about putting your hands together for Australia's #1 comedy man in the sport of rodeo, and we'll see a lot more of him as the weekend goes, Mr. Rusty Frame. Well, just to update, we only had the one time in team roping, and that goes with Alan Woodley and Heath Litchfield. They lead the first section of team roping with a 10 seconds flat. That's our only time in the first round of team roping. This is Karen Fish Jr. Karen has been no less than 7 times the barrel racing and all-round champion cowgirl of Tasmania. Put your hands together for her and welcome her here to the mainland, Karen Fish Jr. Unofficial time comes through of 3.75. 3.7 Sally Miller. Sally hails from the country music capital in Tamworth. Hey, it gets out good, and we've got a time coming through for Sally Miller, the Tamworth cowgirl. I tell you what, this will make the young cowgirl happy. 2.8 seconds for the Tamworth cowgirl, Sally Miller. Well, there it is. A good time comes through. We'll check the barriers and check the times. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the times come through for Vicky Goff, and I tell you what, this is going to make her very happy. 2.7 seconds. Hey, there's our new leader from Toogoolawah World, Vicky Goff, 2.7. Our first cowboy out is a man that's a fitter and turner by trade, working in the cotton country of Moree in New South Wales, Jeff Baker, and a horse called the Dirty Dancer. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, the cowboy from the cotton country of New South Wales, Jeff Baker. Okay, we've got a score of 66 points, a qualified ride for that contestant, Jeff Baker. 66 points on a horse called Dirty Dancer. Flanagan. Now, Rob's one of 4 brothers that all competed on the professional rodeo circuit. His brother Mark is also here in the bull riding. Brothers John and Darrell. The horse that he's drawn, a horse called Mandy's Boy. Well, we'll just have to wait and check from the judges on that one for Ron Flanagan. The horse is called Mandy's Boy, and as the judges have seen it, the cowboy reached down with the free hand prior to that 8-second whistle, and the no score eventuates for Ron Flanagan. Life in the fast lane, Mr. Ronnie Finch on a horse called Texas Redneck. Ladies and gentlemen, that young man is the 1992 North Queensland Amateur Saddle Bronc Riding Champion. All's come through and it's a 6'9", 69 points for that cowboy. Ronnie Finch, 6'9". This is Des Gilbranston. He was a 1993 ski wrestling and all-round cowboy in the premier state of New South Wales. And he's certainly a long-legged cowboy. And pick-up man, Red Botel, Johnny Collins doing a great job here, and these guys work so hard. Our pick-up man, they do a great job. Scores come through for Des, and it's a 65 points mark. 65 points for Des Gilbranston. It's Glenn O'Neill from Kempsey, New South Wales, National Saddle Bronc Riding Champion for 1993. Well, I talk about poetry in motion, the fluent spur in action. Glenn O'Neill won more prize money in 1992-93 than any other cowboy. Well, I tell you what, the scores that come through, and it's the highest score in the rough stock events here this weekend. Glenn O'Neill, 74 points. Put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. 7-4. Cowboys here this weekend from all walks of life. Ricky Galloway, the cowboy. A horse called Kojak. Well, I tell you what, not very likely you see that happen too often. And we'll just have to wait and check from our judges. Fortunately, the judges have rewarded him with a re-ride. He'll get one more chance here this weekend in the Saddle Bronc. Ray Herman is the cowboy from Winton in North Queensland. 2 weeks back won the Saddle Bronc riding at Kynuna, and the horse he's drawn called Draws. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the man making a return to the national finals, Ray Herman. We get an ambulance man to check that guy out, please. Ambulance man, St. John's. He is one of the nation's, well, he is the nation's #1 saddle bronc riding record holder.
He's all right.
7 titles to his credit. You bet he's tough.
Hey, listen, you got $50 in your pocket?
$50?
Yep.
Well, I had $50 at the start of last night, but unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, I think I lost it nearly all.
How much you got left?
Yes, I'd have around about $20 left, right?
20, that'll do. I want to have a little bet with you.
You want to have a wager? I'm not a gambling man, though.
Now, nor am I.
Right.
Unless I'm on a sure thing.
Okay.
Now, listen, I haven't got 20, but I'll get it back later on.
Oh yeah, you want me to put $20 up, but you feel that you haven't got 20. Yeah, you got a what? A green bandana, is it?
Yeah, I got a green bandana in this pocket.
Right.
And in this pocket here, I got a red bandana.
A green and a red. Whoa. Listen, just a little correction to that, Rusty. You've got a green bandana and you have a yellow bandana. That's right, boys and girls, isn't it?
The green one and this one's a yellow one.
That is definitely a yellow bandana.
Well, we'll call it yellow if it's going to help me get the $20. I've got to make it change colour, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, you've got a green and a yellow bandana, and you are going to make those change colours, correct?
Oh, that's correct. I'll put them down there.
Right.
Now, there's nothing up here.
Absolutely nothing up there. Very little.
Nothing under here.
I've known that for a long time. There is absolutely nothing under there, Rusty.
Not a great lot down here.
No, your girlfriend told me that.
Did she?
She did, yeah. So, actually at the Mardi Gras last night.
Is that where she was?
That's where she was, you bet.
Oh. Now what I got to do is you got to say some magic words, because if you say it, it'll work better.
All right, some magic words like, say, abracadabra, alligazan, Colonel Sanders eats cat.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Hey?
no, maybe we...
I had some last night.
No, we better leave that one out, I guess.
And that's it?
Listen, that should work.
Yeah, his tail will be coming out your mouth in a minute.
How did you go, Rusty?
No, that didn't work.
No, they still...
I'll have a go.
Righto, let's see how you go.
Abracadabra, alakazam. You don't eat cat. A little bit of a magic thing. Little bit of magic dust. Little bit of magic dust. Yeah! $20 you owe me.
Hey, what?
You owe me $20.
You mean those bandanas have actually changed colours?
They changed colour.
No way. There is no way they could have.
They did, you know.
You reckon?
Look, the red one turned green, and the green one turned red.
Yeah. Listen, Rusty, I'm
I'll
not...
come up and get it now.
Yeah, you just come up here...
I don't want to check.
No, you won't get a check, I can assure you.
Just $20.
You won't get any money off me for an act like that.
I'll do it again.
No, you won't do it.
Double or nothing.
No, we've got the junior barrel racing coming up. We've seen quite enough of your doubles or nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll see you a little later on in the program, but there's no $20 for that one.
You cheated.
I didn't cheat.
Yes, you did.
You've got to play the game fair.
I hope you chased on that cat.
This is a young lady, her first time to the national finals here at Wangaratta. This is Kelly Russell. Her brother Clayton is a top all-round cowboy. I tell you what, that was good. That horse slipped and she just went straight on with the job. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for a great competitive little cowgirl. First time to the national finals, Kelly Russell. Times come through for Kelly Russell was a 19.1. Our next contestant from Cuba this time, a young cowgirl, first time to the national finals, Monique Gill, cowgirl, currently rookie leader for 1993 on the women's professional rodeo circuit in the junior barrel racing. Hey, and a good time coming up for our German cowgirl, only 14 years of age, Monique Gill. They wear a big smile. John and William Day, steer wrestling specialists, and I tell you what, if this cowboy gets a catch, you can rest assured he'll get on the ground. Well, there is, ladies and gentlemen, a young man with a mission here this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, the time's come through for John Day, and I tell you what, he's going to be a brand new man. 4.6 seconds. How about we put your hands together for him? 4 and 6. A good time for John Day. We won the first round of steer wrestling this year at the Mount Isa Rodeo. Terry Williman. Come on, dude. Stick it on him, cowboy. Flags on the ground. We'll have a time come through for our steer wrestling director. Certainly a very popular cowboy, Terry Williman. Time's come through for Tony Lillyman. That's a 5.2 seconds. Good enough to move Tony into second place. 5 and 2 for Tony Lillyman in this section of the steer wrestling. Cowboy in the steer wrestling. Looks like the cowboy from Saddleworth in South Australia. This track, Alistair Strachan should have been the cowboy. We'll wait and check the time. Time comes through at 6 seconds flat. 6 seconds flat for that contestant.
How about that?
I tell you what, he's not going to stay there by himself, Rusty.
He's a bit nervous.
He is a little nervous, is he? I don't blame him. I would be too.
He's real nervous. He's worse than you.
I just, gee, you're a little rough with that broom, Rusty.
Oh, yeah, he don't mind. I'll put him there.
Yes, be careful. Ooh.
Yeah, he likes that too.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't.
He's getting to look more like you every day, you know.
You reckon? Well, I tell you what, I think he's nearly a double for you, Rusty.
A double for me?
Yeah, you bet. He's as closest to you as we'll ever find, I reckon.
Well, don't let him move. If he moves, you tell me while I bring this barrel out. Hey, Glenn, look, there's 2 honeys in here. Aren't I lucky?
I tell you what, I don't think that photographer will stand there all afternoon.
I just want one shot at him. One shot and I'd be happy.
I reckon you would be too, Rusty.
I'll have to sneak up on him later on.
Quiet, stick it on him, cowboy. Hey, what about it, Wangaratta? The way to start in the bull riding. The young man from Serena stuck for 8 will wait for the judges. Owen Dunn. Mixed fast in the bull. We got a score of 74 points for our first cowboy. Put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen, a 74-point score. 74. Representing Australia proud is Darren Brandenburg. And the bull that he's drawn from the Bareback Rodeo company called Panda. Oh, some days you're up, some days you're down. He's a disappointed young man. No score.
Uh-oh. What's your name?
Here on New Year's Day. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. He started last year at Wangaratta with a win on New Year's Day. He's repeated the performance on the bull called Anthem. Got a score for Mark Flanagan, 68 points on the bull called Omen.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I better go over and see the sister. Well, isn't that a coincide? She's gone, Glenn.
I tell you what, boys and girls, just take one step back from that fence.
I'm going to take 2.
They tell me those cables are due for replacement in the next year or so, but they should last this final out.
I'm getting over here. Oh, hang on, there's Womble. I'll go and talk to him. He'll talk to me.
I tell you what, you better watch out for Ernie, Rusty.
Oh, my goodness, it's been a wreck. Oh, no, don't live on him.
I tell you what,
Ernie, get up. And Clancy rode the wheelie. He was riding on the wing. He couldn't see the lead and he didn't block a thing.
I tell you what, Rusty, Banjo Patterson has got nothing on you, I can assure you.
Ah, yes, he has. He's dead.
And I tell you what, if you stay inside that arena much longer, you might be up there with him.
Now, I want him to charge me just so I can see how strong these cables are. What's that fella doing?
Wombles, I tell you what, he has been 3 times the bullfighting champion of this country. There is none better in the arena than with Clint Owen. These cowboys, they certainly respect that man. He's a great entertainer.
You think I should go in and help him?
No, I think you're safer on that side of the fence just at present, Rusty.
Gee, I'll tell you what, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I bet you are. Let's go with Gary Longley. Well, it is, ladies and gentlemen, on a winning streak this year. You'll be pretty pleased with us, Gary. 72 points in for second place at this stage.
Not in your road, they're kicking. There you are, see, now you keep away from them bull riders. They're not as big as steer wrestlers, but they're tough.
Cowboy Bronc Scott, another qualified ride.
No, not Ernie!
We've got a score come through for Bronc Scott, and he'd be pretty happy with this. 72 points. He goes into equal second and third with a 72-point score for Bronc Scott. And he's laid down either side. These cowboys ride on fear, they ride on adrenaline. Let's go, it's the grand model. They had a no score, unfortunately, for Gavin Woodall. The bull called Boots was just a little too tough there this morning.
Okay, what will you be fired up?
Let's ride with the North Queensland Northern Cowboys. Well, unfortunately, the young man's down. A no score, Colin Fisher. Cowboy on his way to the national finals. The number one man coming in here. And it's a 68-point score. Moves into outright second place. 68 points. From Bareback Cowboy, Tony Heckshire. The national circuit this year. It was the 1993 Southern Cross Bareback riding champion. And on the horse called Electric Kid. The young man from London, Jason Goulsage. Just had rule on that one. The Cowboys failed to spur the horse out of that initial jump into the arena. The markout rule must apply. Unfortunately, a no score for our Cowboys. Jason Goulsage, 9 points, the record high score held by this man, Steve Hilton, and the horse today called Eastway. Put your hands together for a veteran. A man comes to the national finals in number 2 position, Steve Hilton. Hey, Steve Hilton, we're going to put a smile on your dial, young man. 75 points, the highest score of this afternoon's rodeo. Steve Hilton leading the Bareback Bronc riding. With Denny Fraser this time from Wilmington in South Australia. The horse that he's on, the horse called Rodeo. This time we're going to go with Owen John. His older brother Troy currently second in this round on 72 points. And the horse that he's gone, Isaac Jack. Well, we'll just have to leave that one up to our judges, Mr. Jim Dix and Mick Wu, both carry stopwatches. We've got a score come through of 69 points. It was for Owen John, 6-9. That takes him into about 3rd place at this stage. The Burn Hall, the horse is called Mr. Clever. Ladies and gentlemen, that horse has been on the rodeo circuit for some 15 years now. Scores have come through and it's a 72-point score. 72 points for Brendan Clark. Specialist. How about you put your hands together for a versatile all-round champion from Wilmington, Scott Fraser. Okay, I've just got a ruling from our judges. Unfortunately for Scott Fraser, the young man's hand had come out of the Bareback greeting prior to the 8-second whistle, and a no score eventuates. Scott Fraser will go out with a no score in this section of the Bareback Bronc riding. The next Cowboy from Wangaratta, the Cowboy set to ride Dave Billinghurst. The horse was King of the Plains, and a no score comes through for Dave in southeast Queensland. Bob's son David also competing here this weekend in the Junior Steer Ride. Hey, a pretty good time coming through for the boys, Alex Campbell and his partner Bob Brown. A great time on the board is 7.5 seconds that would have taken them to the clear lead, but a 5-second penalty for only one hind leg gives them a grand total of 12.5, puts them in the 2nd place. This time we go with Stuart McPhee from Tarampa and Lance Hutton from Moranbah in North Queensland. Hey, round them on there, young Lance. Looking good, young man. He gets a nod from Stewie. He's done a good run. He knows we're going to have a good time come through. Stuart McPhee and Lance Hutton. Ladies and gentlemen, the time's come through, and I tell you what, this is going to put a smile on young Lance's dial. 8.2 seconds, there's your new leaders, ladies and gentlemen. Stuart McPhee and Lance Hutton. His younger brother, Robert. This team was the 1992-93 Team Raving Champions of the nation. Well, they make it look so easy, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for them. When the pressure's on, they will perform. Gary and Robert McPhee. In 2 years, they've dominated that event. Once again, we've got a good time coming up. Well, I tell you what, the big boys from south of the border have performed again. 6.95 seconds. You bet there's never over till a fat lady sings. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. Gary McPhee and his young brother Robert, winner of the first round in team roping here this afternoon. David Hode. 3 days ago, this cowboy took out first place in saddle bronc riding at the Cool Valley Rodeo. The horse is drawn from Congo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome here to the national finals in Wangaratta, David Hode on a horse called Congo. Ball comes through for the contestant, and we've got a score of 71 points right up into second place here this afternoon for David Hode. 71 points. A sheet metal worker by trade, this is Mark Beard. Second time to the national finals on a horse called PK. There's no trouble for the 4 times North Queensland amateur all-round champion cowboy. John Collins moves in, puts him on the ground. That's Mark Gibbs. A score of 65 points for Mark Gibbs. 65 it is on a horse called PK. Oh, the cool dude! Come on, Scott, stick it on you, young man! Well, I tell you what, that horse is one cool dude that was born and bred on Gary McPhee's property. I know Gary's real proud of him. He's a tough horse and gets a lot of the cowboys on the ground. No score it is for Scott Fraser. Bruce Odell from Bareback, Central Queensland, on the horse called Salt. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, he's a talented young man from the Surbiton Station in Jackaroo up there. It's his first time here to the national finals. Let's put your hands together for the young rookie cowboy, Bruce Odell. Okay, the scores come through for Bruce, and it's a 63-point score. 63 points it was for that young man, Bruce Odell. I just want to ride. Rough start there, Gavin Wool, but qualifying here in the Bronc riding is our pickup man, Brett Botel, moves in. Ladies and gentlemen, that young man in the bull riding this morning popped his shoulder out of position. With a little bit of treatment, a little bit of care, he's got it back in position. How about a round of applause from man with a ton of courage, a ton of guts, is Gavin Wool. And the judges have awarded the cowboy a re-ride. He gets one more chance here this afternoon. Gavin Woodall, the Rodeo Arena. And I tell you what, these Appaloosas are second to none. Pretty tough horse for Pat Collins, ladies and gentlemen. Currently second in the national standings in saddle bronc riding. A score comes through for Pat, and it's a 67-point score for Pat Collins. 67. He has placed at nearly all the major rodeos in North Queensland this year. The cowboy Colin Bauer on Cook's Drive. Well, I tell you what, he's a big, strong, tough horse. I'm quite sure Colin will be pleased to see the pickup man. We've got a score come through for that contestant, Colin Bauer, and it's a 6-2. 62 points it was for the cowboy, Colin Bauer. 62 points. This time we're going to see Rick Galloway, the former saddle bronc riding champion of Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, the flamboyant saddle bronc riding specialist. Scores come through for Rick, and it's a 66-point score. 66 points, Rick Galloway. He's going to need a good score, somewhere up in the 70s. Let's go with Gavin Woodall. Oh, yeah! We'll just wait to leave that to our judges. Both Mick Wu and Jimmy Dix are the officials here this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, do you feel that Gavin Woodall deserves a rewrite? Yeah! Too right he does, and our rock stock judges, Mr. Jim Dix and Mick Wu, have agreed. And Gavin Woodall will be seen a little later on in the program.